Hello everyone, welcome to the Mercury Virtual. Hope you are doing good. Today there is a class that is scheduled on Friday, or that is scheduled for Friday, that is taken, or that is I will take in the today's class, that is in Saturday's class. So in the today's class I am continuing with the chapter number 9, or the same module, that is the object oriented programming, and the chapter number 9, that is the pointers, virtual functions, and the polymorphism. In the last class we have discussed some basics about the pointers, about the polymorphism, how to manipulate the pointers. Now I'm going to continue with the same content, same topic, that is a pointer arithmetic. That is how to make the pointer arithmetic, or how to make or how to represent the pointer, or how to make the arithmetic calculation within the pointers. That is a pointer arithmetic. That is a pointer arithmetic means arithmetic calculation among the pointers, not on the values but among the pointers. So let's continue with the last class session, what we have covered in the last class, that is the day before yesterday. So let's start with the last class session. In the last class we have started with chapter number 9, that is the pointers, virtual function, and polymorphism. In this we have started with some introduction of the polymorphism. So polymorphism is one of the striking features that is available, or one of the crucial feature that is available of any object oriented programming. So it is a feature that is of object oriented programming, not specific to the C++, but any language that follows the concepts of object oriented programming. So polymorphism is one of the important feature. Why it is an important feature? Because it provides a more than one form, that is a one name multiple forms. That is, we can define only one function, but that function is operated, or that function can operate on multiple arguments. So it saves the time, it saves the manpower cost. So there are so many advantages. That is a polymorphism. So we have studied that what is polymorphism, why we are using the polymorphism, what are the various advantages of using the polymorphism. The overloaded member functions are selected for invoking by matching arguments, both type and the number. So now question arises, if the function name is same, so how we can define that there is a different, or there will be a different argument list, or there will be a different function names. So that will be depends upon the number of arguments and the number of type, or the type of the variables of type of the list. That is the, it depends upon the type and the number, that is which data type is used and what is the name of the variable, or what are the number of variables. This information is known to the compiler at the compile time, and therefore compiler is able to select the appropriate compiler or function for a particular call at the compile time itself. So at the compile time it is necessary to gain together what are the various components, what are the various appropriate functions that is available at the compile time itself. This is known as early binding or the static binding. That is, whenever we use a polymorphism at the run in case of polymorphism, whenever we use the same function, so that is done at the early binding, that is done at the compile time. So this is known as the early binding, static binding, or static linking, also known as compile time polymorphism, because it is available only to the compile time, not at the runtime. Compile time means when it is compiling the code, that is when it is converted into bits, that is a compile time polymorphism. This is the syntax, or how it is used. The void show is the name of the function. That is defined in class A. In the same way, void show is the function that is defined in class B. So the same function is defined in both the classes, both the base class and the derived class. So how we differentiate, what is the difference between the show function in the base class, what is the difference between the show function in the derived class. So it depends upon the prototype, it depends upon the number and the type of argument it is using. So it depends upon the number, that is how many variables are passing, and it depends upon the data type also, which data type is used for passing the argument, for passing the variables. It would be very nice if the appropriate member function could be selected while the program is running. That is known as the runtime polymorphism. So polymorphism is divided into two categories with the help of a diagram. That is the compile type polymorphism and runtime polymorphism. Compile time includes two parts, operator overloading and the function overloading. And runtime includes only one part, that is a virtual function. That is one of the important aspect of the polymorphism of any C++, of any object oriented programming, that is the virtual functions. So polymorphism is divided into two parts. Compile time, run time. Compile time is divided into two parts: operator overloading, function overloading, and the runtime polymorphism is divided into one part, that is your virtual functions. At runtime, what is or when it is known what class objects are under consideration, the appropriate version of the function is invoked. Since the function is linked with a particular class much later after the compilation, this process is known as late binding. That is, whenever the polymorphism is done, whenever more than one form is done at the runtime, that is known as the late binding. Why late binding? Because it is not executing at the compile time, but it is executing at the runtime. So that's why it is known as the late binding. Dynamic binding is one of the crucial features of the C++ that requires a use of the pointer to the objects. So then we have discussed about the pointers. What is pointer? How it is used? It is same as the C. Pointers are the variable that stores the address of another variable, that is known as the pointers. Like C, pointer variable can refers to the another pointer in the C++. That is, we can denote the pointer to refers to the another pointer also, that is the pointer to pointer. Next we have discussed how to declare and how to initialize the pointer. This is the format how to declare the initialize the pointers, that is data type, then pointer variable, that is a data type, that is a int. Pointer variable means asterisk, then ptr for example. So ptr is a pointer variable that points to the integer value. This is the example. So ptr is a pointer variable that points to the integer data type. We can locate asterisk immediately before the pointer variable or between the data type and the pointer variable, or immediately after data type. It does not affect in the execution part. That is, we can define the pointer with the help of the asterisk. Sorry, this is int pointer, that is asterisk ptr. So ptr is a pointer variable that points to the integer data type. This is again the format how we can initialize the pointer variable, that is ptr equals to %a. The pointer variable ptr contains the address of the variable a. Like C, we use the address of operator or reference operator, that is ampersand, to retrieve the address of a variable. The second statement assigns the address of the variable a to the pointer ptr. The first statement is a ptr contains the address of the variable a, right? Then address of operator is used, that is used to refers to the or get the address of the variable a, that is ptr equals to ampersand of a. Then we have studied about one example of pointers and the pointer to pointer. So this is pointer ptr and the pointer ptr2. So there are two pointers that is declared. So we can also use the void pointers, also known as the generic pointers, which refers to the variable of any data type. Before using void pointers, we must typecast the variable to the specific data type they should point to. The pointer that are not initialized in the program, that is the pointer that is not initialized, that is points to the 0, that is known as the null pointers or the null address. Then we have also discussed about the manipulation of pointer, that is how to manipulate the pointers. That is how to manipulate means how to use the pointers or how to retrieve the various memory location or get the contents of the memory location that the pointer points to. So after assigning address to a pointer, we may want to change the content, for example. So using the dereference operator, we can change the contents of the memory location. So whenever we use the dereference operator, that is a asterisk sign, we can change the content of the memory location easily. This is one of the example how to manipulate the value. This is the example that is that shows how to divide the pointer by the 2. Before dereferencing a pointer, it is essential to assign a value to the pointer. If you attempt to dereference an uninitialized pointer, it will cause runtime error by referring to any other location in the memory. Now comes to the next topic, that is today's topic, that is pointer expressions and the pointer arithmetic. That is how to use pointer expressions, or what are the pointer expressions and what are the pointer arithmetic. That is how to perform the arithmetic operations on the pointer. So there are a number of arithmetic operations that can be performed with the pointers. C++ allows pointers to perform the following arithmetic operations. So what are the operations, or what are the arithmetic operation that is performed or that will be performed on the pointers? First one is a pointer can be incremented or decremented. Next, any integer can be added or subtracted from a pointer. So a pointer can be incremented by using the plus plus sign or minus minus sign. Then any integer can be added or subtracted from a pointer. So we can add any pointer, we can add any value to the pointer, we can subtract any value from the pointer. That is pointer ptr minus 1, pointer ptr minus 2, pointer ptr minus a contains 10 value, for example. So we can refer or we can add or subtract any value from the pointer, and we can also increment or decrement. That is pointer ptr plus plus, pointer ptr minus minus. Then only one pointer can be subtracted from another. That is, only one pointer can be subtracted, or one pointer can also be subtracted from the other. So we can perform the addition, subtraction, multiplication, and any operation of the arithmetic calculations. These are the three basic operations that is or that it also performs on the pointers. This is example. That is, first of all, int a6, then int pointer aptr. So aptr is a pointer variable that points to the integer value. Then aptr equals to ampersand of a0. That is, at the first location, address of the first location is sent to the pointer variable, that is aptr. Obviously, the pointer variable aptr refers to the base address of the variable a. We can increment the pointer variable shown as follows. So how we can increment the variable, this is shown. This is aptr plus plus or plus plus aptr. So we can use either postfix or the prefix, and any value we can use, that is either prefix or the postfix. This statement moves the pointer to the next memory location. Similarly, we can decrement the pointer variable. So this is the pointer variable that is used, that is aptr, that is a pointer variable. First of all, we can increment, that is aptr plus plus or the plus plus aptr, then aptr minus minus or minus minus aptr. We can use any values. This statement moves the pointer to the previously or previous memory address. Also, if two pointer variable points to the same array, can be subtracted from each other. That is, we can move the pointer to the previous memory location. Also, we can subtract the values from the memory locations. We cannot perform pointer arithmetic on variables which are not stored in the continuous memory location. Figure 9.3 illustrates the arithmetic operations that we can perform with pointers. That is how we are performing the pointer. This is the arithmetic operations on the pointer. That is how to use the arithmetic operations on the pointer. So this is the program that shows how to perform the arithmetic operations on the pointers, or how to perform various arithmetic operations like plus, minus, divide, multiply. So let's see the program. So this is the program that starts with the iostream.h and the conio.h. Then there is a void main, that is the starting of the main. Then there is a very array declare, that is of num, that contains 5 values, that is 56, 75, 22, 18, 19. So that is a 5 value that is available in the num. Then there is a int pointer ptr, that is a ptr is a pointer variable that points to the integer value. Then there is a int I, that is a discrete value, that is a integer value, that is I. Then there is a clear screen for clearing the screen, that is clr scr. Then cout, the array values are, that is it is printed as it is, that is the cout, that is the what are the array values that is used, that is the array values are. Then for loop will be used that points to, or that points to the specific location, that is I equals to 0, I is less than equal, or I is less than 5. That is, it starts with the 0, it ends with the 4, because Every time the array starts with the 0 and ends with the highest value minus 1, that is a 4. Then this is 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. It means there are 5 values. It will be taken the 5 value from 0 to the 4. Then there is a I plus plus, that is incrementing the I values. Then C out num I, that is the I value will be printed as it is, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is initialize the base address of str to the ptr. Then ptr equals to num, that is the num value will be assigned to the ptr, that is the ptr equals to num. That is initializing the base address of str to the ptr, that is string is assigned to the ptr. Then printing the values in the array, that is how to print the values, that is the value of ptr is pointer ptr, that is it will be used to point the various value that is available in the pointers. Then cout slash n for moving to the next line. Then ptr plus plus, now the value of the ptr will be added or adding with the or incremented by the 1, that is a ptr plus plus. Then cout value of ptr plus plus, that is a pointer ptr. Then cout backward slash n. Then there is a ptr minus minus, that is decrementing the values, that is decrementing the pointer values. Then value of ptr minus minus pointer ptr. Then ptr plus 2, that means ptr plus plus means incrementing the ptr value pointer variable with the 1. This is incrementing the pointer variable with the 2. Then cout value of ptr, what is the value of ptr, that is printed. Then cout backslash n, then ptr equals to ptr minus 1, that is decrementing the value of ptr by 1. Then in the same way it is printed. Then ptr plus equals to 3, that is incrementing by the value by the 3. Then there is a ptr minus equals to 2, again this is printed as it is. So these are the various values, this is the output. So first of all this will be printed as it is, that is the array values are, it is printed from 0 to the 4, that is 56, 75, 22, 18, 19. This is printed in that one another line. Now the value of ptr is 56, that is a first of all the value of ptr is pointer ptr, and the pointer ptr contains the value that is contains the num. So first of all it is a value that is a 56. Now it will be incrementing the value by 1. So whenever it is incrementing the value by 1, so it will move to the next value because it is incremented by the 1. So that means the value is 75. Then the value will be again minus, so it will minus by 1, so it will again reach to the 56. First of all 56 to 75, that is incremented by 1, then again move from 75 to 56, that is again moves back one step, that is a ptr minus minus. Then ptr plus 2, now it is moving 2 step forward, that is a 22. So first of all there is a 56, then 75, then 56, then 22, again moves one step back, that is a ptr minus 1. This is ptr minus 1, that is one step back, that becomes 22 75, right. Then it will be incremented by 3 values, that is 90. After 75 incrementing of 3, that is 1 2 3, so it will be 90. Then ptr minus 2, that is decremented by 2, so after 90 there is a decrement, that is a 22, there is a 22. So this will print as it is. That means whatever the arithmetic expression, whatever the value that is used, whatever the increment or decrement that is used, that will be incremented as per the values given, it will be decremented as per the values given. That is, it can add any values, that is plus 2, plus 3, plus 5 and any. So this is the pointer arithmetic, that is how to use the pointer arithmetic in the variables. Then next is how to use the pointers with the array and the string. that is how to use various pointer within the array, or how to use the pointers with the array and the string. That is, if there are multiple values, that is a array. If there is a string, that is a collection of the characters. That is how to manipulate the string. So pointer is one of the efficient tool to access the elements of an array. Pointers are useful to allocate arrays dynamically. That is, we can divide the array size at the runtime. So it is also a division of the array size to the at the runtime. To achieve this, we use a function, namely malloc and the calloc. So whenever we use the array function, whenever we use the allocation of the memory that is used, that is a pointer allocation, that is done by the functions like malloc and the calloc, that is discussed in chapter number 3 also. So malloc and calloc is used to dynamically initialize the array variable or dynamically allocates the memory. Accessing an array with pointers is simpler than accessing the array index. In general, there are some differences between pointers and the array. Now let's see what is the difference between the array and the pointer. So this says array refers to a block of memory space, whereas pointers do not refers to any section of memory. That is, array means refers to a block of memory space, that is which memory space is used and what are the content that is used in the memory space, whereas pointer do not refers to any section of memory. There is no section, it points to the stores the address of another variable. Then the next point says the memory address of array cannot be changed. So it will be fixed once it is declared. That is, the memory address cannot be changed in case of arrays. Whereas the contents of the pointer variable such as memory address that is refers to can be changed. So memory addresses of the pointer variable can be changed, but the memory address for the array variables cannot be changed. Even though there are subtle differences between the pointers and the array, they have a strong relationship between them. There is a note, that is, there is no error checking of array bounds in C++. That is, there is no error checking means if we are accessing the array elements beyond this range, so there is no error checking. This is example that is given. Suppose we have declared an array of size 25. So the maximum size that is given the array, that is a array 25. The compiler issues not warning, that is, there is no warning if we attempt to access the next variable, that is a 26th location variable. It is a programmer task to check the array limit. So that means if there are total 25 element, that is we can say that is declared. If we are accessing the 26th element, that is a higher element than the maximum element, then it will be okay. That is, the C++ does not provide any signal, any warning, that is a it can access the 26th element. So we can declare the pointers to an array as follows. So this is the steps that is used to point us to the memory address. So there is a int pointer ptr, that is nptr is a pointer variable. Then it will be used to store the array element that is at the 0th location, that is a number 0. So first of all, there is a int pointer ptr, that is pointer ptr, or ptr is a pointer variable that points to some integer value. Then nptr equals to number 0, that is at the first location whatever the value of array that is assigned to the nptr, that is a pointer variable. Or we can also say nptr equals to number, simply number, because nptr always refers to the, or pointer always refers to the first element. So nptr points to the first element of the integer array, that is number 0. Also consider the following example. This is the example. There is a float pointer fptr, then fptr equals to price 0, or fptr equals to price. That is, fptr points to the first element of the memory location, first element of the array of the float, that is the price 0. Now let us consider of using pointers to access an array of numbers and some of the even numbers of the array. Initially, we accept the count as an input to know the number of inputs from the user. We use pointer variables, that is, we use the pointer value variable, that is ptr, to access each element of the array. The inputs are checked to identify the even number. Then the even numbers are added and stored in the variable. So if there is no even number, the output will be 0. That is a program that shows how to access the array elements using the pointer. That is how to access the array element that is given in the program with the use of a pointers. That is a pointer with the array. There is a hash include iostream.h, that is a header file will be included. Then there is a void main, that is a void main means the inclusion of the void main, that is a main entry gate. Then there is a int numbers 50, that is a numbers is a name of the array that is used, and the 50 is the size of the array, that is it contains the value from 0 to 49. Then there is a pointer ptr. Then there are again two variables are declared, that is a n and the I, that is a int n I. Then cout, enter the count. This will print as it is, that is enter the count. Then cin n, that is take the values from the user, that is the count value will from the user, and print it or stored in the n. Now cout, enter the numbers one by one, that is enter the array elements or the enter the number one by one, that is entered by the user. Then taking the values, fetching the values one by one by using the for loop, that is for I equals to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus. For loop is used to get the array elements one by one. So it starts with the 0, it ends with the n. N is the maximum limit that is provided by the user, that is 0, then n, then I plus plus. Then cin numbers I. That is cin the numbers I means the number I means the I will be, or the array element will be accessed one by one by using the ith element, that is assigning the base address of numbers to ptr and initializing the sum to the 0. Then ptr equals to numbers, that is the numbers will be assigned to the ptr. Then int sum equals to 0, that is the sum equals to 0, that is the value, or 0 will be assigned to the sum. Then check out for the even input and the sum of them, that is check out the input value, that is what is the input value that is taken. Then for I equals to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus, that is it start with the 0, it go till n, and there is a I plus plus. Then uses a ptr pointer variable, then take the modulus, then divide the modulus or take the modulus by 2. If it is equals to 0, then sum equals to sum plus pointer ptr, that is if it is an even number, then it will be assigned or it will be added to the sum variable. Then at last print the sum of the even number, that is a sum. Now this is the example, this is enter the count, this is the user, that is user defined, that is user can enter the value, that is 5. Then enter the number one by one, users enter the 5 number, for example, that is 10, 16, 23, 45, 40, 34, for example. These are the 5 value that is entered by the user one by one. Then sum of the even number, this is the even number. What are the even number that is used? So first of all 10, 10 is divided by the 2, yeah, this is true, that gives a remainder 0, so this is a even number that will be added to the sum variable. So this will be added to the sum variable, right? Then this 16 is also divided by 2, this is okay, so it is also coming to the sum variable, that is addition of these two, that is 26. Now this not divided by 0, it is not a even number, not divided by 0, so this is not a even number. But this is divided by the 0, so this is the even number. Now this will be added to the these two value, that is 26 plus 34, that is your 60 value. So these are the sum of even number that will be used by this one, that is the 60 values. Now next is array of pointers, that is how to use array of pointers. Now next is let's start with the array of pointer, that is what are the array of pointer, and how to use the array of pointers, that is how to use the arrays within the pointers, that is the array of pointers. So it is using the array of pointers as follows. So similar to other variables, we can create an array of pointers in C++, that is, it is also possible to create the array of pointers in C++ also, like in C language. The array of pointers represents a collection of addresses By declaring array of pointers, we can save a substantial amount of memory space. That is, with the use of array variable, we can use, or we can make that, or we can save a specific or spatial, or we can say the spacious amount of the memory space. An array of pointers points to an array of data items. That is, an array of pointer that is used that points to the array of data items. Each element of the pointer array points to an item of the data array. That is, every element of the pointer array points to an element or item of the data array. Data items can be accessed either directly or by dereferencing the elements of the pointer array. So there are two ways how to access the array elements, or how to access the array of pointers, that is either directly or by dereferencing the elements of the pointers array. We can recognize the pointer elements without affecting the data item. That is, we can change the data items, so we can affect the data items, we can recognize the pointer elements without affecting the data icons or items. Now we can declare an array of pointers as follows. This is an array of pointer, that is, array is also used as well as the pointer. That is, there are multiple values that x, or that points as a pointer variable, or that x as a pointer variable. That is int pointer in array 10. That is, in array is the name of the array variable. 10 is the number of the elements, or 10 is the number that specifies how to use them. That is the in array. That is a 10. This statement declares an array of 10 pointers. So this is a array that contains 10 values. That means there are total 10 pointers, each of which points to an integer. That is, each of which points to an integer value. The address of the first pointer is in array 0. That is, the first pointer is in array 0, second pointer is in array 1, and the final pointer points to the array in array 9. So this starts from the 0, ends with the 9. Before initializing, they point to some unknown values in the memory space. So before initializing, they point to some unknown value that is required, or that is available in the memory space. We can use the pointer variables to refer to some specific values. That is, we can use them, we can refer them in a specific values. This is a program that shows how to use the pointers array. So first of all, there is a hash include iostream.h, that is a header file, then conio.h, then string.h, then ctype.h. So these are the four header files that is included in this program, that is iostream.h, conio.h, string.h, and the ctype.h. Then there is a void main, that is a main entry gate, that is a void main. Then there is a int I equals to 0, that is I will be assigned to the 0, that is I equals to 0. Then char pointer ptr10, that is ptr is a pointer variable that contains, or that takes 10 values. That what are the 10 values that is taken? One is the books, then television, computer, sports. So these are the four values that is given, and that is the four strings that is given. One is the books, one is the television, one is the computer, and one is the sports. So these are the four content that is available within the array. Then char str25, that is str is the name of the string that is available, that contains 25 values. Then clear screen for clearing the screen. Then cout, enter your favorite laser pursuit, that is enter your favorite item, enter your favorite laser pursuit that is available. Then cin str, that is the str is the string that is available, or it is stored in the str variable. Then for I equals to 0, I is less than 4, I plus plus. That is, it starts with the 0, it ends with the 4. That is, it contains the values from 0, 1, 2, 3. That is, there are 4 values that start with 0, ends with the 1. At the first, it is books. At the 0, it is books. At the first, television. Second, computer. Third, sports. Then I equals to 0, I is less than 4, I plus plus. Then comparing the value, that is using the string function, that is strcmp for comparing the string. Then strptri, that is comparing the string, or use the comparison, we can say comparison function, that is strcmp, and there are two values, two arguments that is passed. One is the str, one is the pointer ptri. Then see out your favorite pursuit, that is it is declared like this one, your pursuit, favorite pursuit that is available here. Then enter for moving to the next line. Then there is a break. Then if I equals to 4, that is if I equals to 4, that is if it is equals to 4, your favorite items are not available here, then gets here. So this is the output. Enter a favorite laser pursuit. For example, user has entered the books, your favorite item is available here. If it is entered uh, except that these four values, then it is shown that it is not available here. So this is the array of pointer, that is how to use the array of pointers. So this is the program that shows how to use array of pointers, or how to access the array of pointers, or how to use, or how to make them array as a pointer variable, so that there are multiple pointer variable that is referencing the, or that is addressing the different member function. Now next is pointers and string. Now what is a pointer, what is a string? That is a pointers and the string. So next is a pointers and the string, but there is no time left. So that's all for today's session. In the next class, I will be discussing your next topic, or I will discuss your next topic, that is a pointers and the string. That is how to use the strings, or how, or what is the relationship between the pointers and the string, or how to use the string within a pointer, or how to use the pointers with the string. That is a pointers and the string. That is the next topic that we will discuss in the Monday's class, not in the tomorrow's class. That is in the Monday's class. Now your Friday's class is the today's class, that is your yesterday's class, that will that I have not taken yesterday, that I will take, or I have taken today only. And then in the Monday's class, I will be taking your next topic, that is the pointers and the string. So that's all for today's session. If there is any doubts, any confusion, you can ask from me. So bye bye everyone.